This was the conclusion of The Magician's Apprentice. So, this episode was the conclusion of the previous episode. We're beginning with a story basically of Clara and Missy and her sharpening a stick.
Yeah. That beginning scene was quite cool because it explained... Oh, and by the way, I was right about...
I never doubted you on it. I just it'd probably be doing something with timey-wimey and fucking shit like that.
No. Yeah, no, it explained how she survived against the Cyberman, and it also explained how she survives against the Daleks. But it does sort of, for me, it brought a paradox around, because if you hadn't noticed, they could get shot by the Daleks a million times. They'd just respawn. So why didn't they keep doing that throughout the episode? That was kind of a little bit of a cop out.
As in the first few seconds, if you took your notes, she said, "Sadly, they're destroyed."
Yeah, no.
Or something to that nature. They're gone.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I was thinking that as well till I rewatched the episode and did my homework.
You see, yeah, I watched it twice, but I wasn't really paying attention the second time.
Yeah, the episode had a great feel with Clara and Missy having a great kind of back and forth. Clara being like the puppy, and Missy just being the shit owner. When the real owner's away, let's mess with the puppy. Sure, a magic trick it doesn't understand.
Yeah, you could tell that Missy was clearly playing Clara, which was kind of fun, and shoving her in a Dalek face.
The whole I wonder how far that is to the sewers. I didn't like the way Clara kind of jumped in.
Willingly just jumped in.
No, she was pushed, but it looks like she jumps in. Then it would have been better for visually of her head going in first and her feet following, not her feet in.
Yeah, no, that was more for comic effect, I think, and that made me laugh. Come on, that was like
it was a good. And her saying, "Oh, it's 24."
I need to throw a stone, and then she just pushes her in. It was great.
It's good. Look at this. Look at this. What's that? What are you getting me to look at? No, I'm getting it to look at you. Burp, burp, burp. They keep on changing kind of law on the Daleks.
What the fuck was that?
The alarm sound the Dalek made when she...
Oh, right, okay. Oh, no, the alarm sound of the Dalek, that was actually a sound that is derived from classic Doctor Who, that alarm sound, which was kind of cool.
But I love the way they keep on just... I know, okay, this is going to... I know the show is technically for kids at first. It has such a wider audience. It can't keep on bullshitting with the Daleks going. Actually, Daleks can't really die. They just keep on aging. What? It's been 50 fucking years. How's this the first time we heard about this with the Daleks? They don't actually die.
Yeah.
They just age. And then they just throw here in the sewers. Then how long is... how long is Davros in this city? Did they just go, oh, there's all the dead Daleks, let's throw it in? If they rebuilt or refound, they rebuilt the city. So did they go off and go, how long did they live then? If it was absolutely covered in this graveyard of dead Daleks.
That's true, actually, yeah, that's a good point.
I'm pointing holes and technically a kid show.
Well, no, actually, if you think about it, I think they rebuilt the city on Skaro. So the sewer system was already there, and they just rebuilt the city back on that sewer system. So that's how I would explain that. But yeah, no, there are writing flaws in it, and there are a lot of... it's a space-time adventure, so you're going to get continuity errors, especially because it's been going on for so long. But
like Tom Baker met... no, I'm not getting off topic. I'll say that later on. Yeah, their whole... Missy's whole relationship when she got Clara into... When they got the Dalek and she pierced the Dalek and pissed off the dead, well, aged Daleks got into the newer, well, the fucking Dalek outfit, the tank. Jeez, this is so hard to explain that for some reason. Too many Dalek words were said there. When Missy fucked up the Dalek and got Clara to get into the machine, it was a great way of them explaining how a Dalek works. They have emotion, they channel it. Cyberman blocks it, Daleks challenge it.
Yes. And yet before, in the past, the Doctor has said, you Daleks don't have emotion, you don't have fear, or whatever. But again, we can get through to continuity errors and things like that in the series. But I do like the idea.
Take the piss with us at this point. Going, fuck it, I don't care.
Well, do you know what? I reckon that Stephen Moffat's probably done the best job of New Doctor Who, of going back to the original series, and actually like bringing a lot of the things back, so a lot of like the rules. So the rule of the Doctor regenerating, that was brought back, like only 13 lives, because before then in New Doctor Who that wasn't there.
It was never even mentioned.
No, it wasn't even mentioned.
That David Tennant had two regenerations. We know he had two, but it was never mentioned that a Doctor only has 13.
Yes, that's true. But so Stephen Moffat does actually bring back a lot of classic Doctor Who, and you can see that in these new Daleks as well, because I don't know if you noticed, but the blue and silver Daleks,
very old school.
Yeah, well, I think one of them had a radar on his back, and that goes back to the Dalek invasion of Earth, which is a 1964 serial where William Hartnell fights the Daleks in future London, and eventually loses his granddaughter Susan, who decides to stay. And
wait, so is Susan in? Because getting off topic here for a second. Is Susan on future Earth?
There are Big Finish audiobooks that explain what happened to Susan. I've not read them, so I can't actually say. But all I do know is that she's not actually a time lady. She was like a genetic clone of something, so she doesn't actually count as a time lady. But she's not on future Earth anymore. Her husband did die. That's all I can think of at the moment.
But they could really, if what a lot of people are hoping, Missy Williams, the Game of Thrones actress, they all think a big thing is she's going to be the Doctor's granddaughter.
Yes, I don't want to speculate about.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that till that episode comes.
Yeah.
But they could always just cut the whole Big Finish continuity.
I think that would actually be very hard to do now, because they've linked into a lot of the stories in a lot of the new episodes, which is really cool. And it's kind of obvious that they do this because Nicholas Briggs, who does the voice of the Daleks now, he's actually the curator of the Big Finish productions. So he runs it all and he produces them, and he does a lot of the voices in that series. And I think Stephen Moffat's done a few stories for Big Finish. I think Russell T Davies has done a few stories for Big Finish, and Mark Gatiss has done a few stories for Big Finish. So as far as I'm aware, the Big Finish audiobooks are counted as canon, and they will keep as canon, especially because they keep bringing tiny little things in that hint to them.
I enjoyed the Clara and Missy's relationship, the whole thing, and I like the way Missy, the actress, uses slightly different voices now and again when she's doing stuff.
Michelle Gomez.
Yes.
She is a fantastic actress. She really is, and her performance in Doctor Who, I think we're only just scraping what she can actually do so far, and I think she's got a lot more villainy, a lot more insanity, and
She'll definitely be back some point in the
Oh
series.
yeah, she's definitely going to be back. The whole I have a plan right at the end for her. That was kind of it left it on a cliffhanger, and Moffat's very good at doing that.
But
And
he's not great. He's getting
yeah,
better. He's not great at the
I
payoffs though of cliffhangers.
I'm afraid that that's going to be the over series arc, which is what we were promised this time. Wasn't going to happen, but I think it'll involve Missy and the Daleks.
A team up somehow.
Maybe.
But we're not speculating because I said that in the first episode. We're not going to do speculating on what happens later on. We're only talking about this episode.
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter. We can speculate.
We'll speculate in our own times.
It doesn't matter being wrong. I mean, I'm wrong all the time, as long as you're aware of when you're wrong. But yeah, no.
That sounds
But
like a
the
Doctor Who
Missy
quote.
performance, the Missy performance wasn't the only good thing in the thing I really really enjoyed in this, and this was. I also really enjoyed the Davros performance. Like we actually get a properly good Doctor Davros performance for the first time, and if you think about it, since Peter Davison's story, Resurrection of the Daleks. And
Was that the one where he's just a head?
no, that's Sylvester McCoy's. That actually, yeah, that was a good performance. No, what happened in Resurrection of the Daleks? The Doctor walks into Davros's chamber, and then they go through this whole battle of good versus evil, sort of. Why are you creating the Daleks? Because that's the right thing to do, and it's back and forth, and it's so quick and snappy and fast and whatever. Then the Doctor just says, yeah, but I'm not here to discuss morality. And then he points a gun right at Davros's face, and he says, I'm here as your executioner. We haven't had that performance from Davros and the Doctor as well, and I think it's probably one of my personal favourites. If you have chance, look it up. I'm sure it's Resurrection of the Daleks. Resurrection of the Daleks. The Doctor and Davros meet again, or something like that. There'll be a link on YouTube somewhere, but that's probably the last good time. But the whole Davros opening his eyes, and we've never actually seen Davros's eyes.
No, because I always wondered, does he talk with the actor? Do they have to pretend they're looking through the eye hole, or that they're not looking? What way do they have to perform that? Because sometimes I get it that they're pretending the eye holes to where their eyes are, so they point the head. So, but then when he turned it off and he slowly opened it, and you can see the tears, not ruining the makeup, good makeup.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah.
I don't even. Did he just have like normal eyes?
Yeah, he did. It was just completely normal, and that was something I've always had a bugbear with Davros and any other sci-fi alien is their mouths, like their tongues. They always have human tongues, which, to be fair, if you think about it, you can't put makeup on your tongue. Can't really do.
Were you saying the word
gums or
tongue
your
with your tongue out?
Huh?
Were you saying the word tongue with your tongue out there?
Tongue? No, why?
It just sounds like your tongue is out your mouth when you're saying tongue.
No, that's just how I speak. It's called articulation. You should try it one time.
I try it all the time. Just the English don't know how to use it correctly.
Yeah, you say as you stumble through words and can't get magician out properly. Anyway,
Yeah, their whole time. But when I was watching that, the whole time I was going, I wonder what Matt Smith, how he would have played this role, how he would have played this.
the Doctor.
Yeah, how he would have played this meeting with his character, how he would have
Yeah,
played
because
it.
we never actually got to see Matt Smith's Davros connection.
Because Davros
That
is
never happened.
very rarely used as well. It's his second appearance
I-
since the
yeah.
series came back.
Second appearance in the new Doctor Who, but I think since Tom Baker, apart from Paul McGowan, all the classic Doctor Who's did get an appearance with Sylvester McCoy, with Davros. So Yeah. Colin Baker got one, definitely. Peter Davison did. Tom Baker got two performances with
with
Davros.
the weird robots that
Yeah.
healed.
Sylvester McCoy did the Emperor Davros performance. And actually, I think this is the first time where it's the same actor that they've brought back to play the same role um, for Davros. Because before, in the past, it's always been a different person who's played Davros.
So he's the same Davros from what
Yes.
was the name of that episode?
I don't know. It was the one where they had the Crucible.
It was probably called the Crucible of the Daleks. The
No,
episode.
no, 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 no. I can't remember what the episode was. It was the series 4 finale, and it was probably the Dr. Donna or something like that, because that was when.
They.
I think it was the Dr. Donna. I think that was the name of the episode, but that's irrelevant. What is relevant?
He's a strong actor. Whoever plays him is a strong actor.
Well, I actually thought it was Nicholas
Journey's
Briggs.
End.
Journey's End. Okay. Is the one before that Dr. Donna, and then the one before that's Turn
No,
Right. Turn Left.
the turn left. It's.
That's the one before. So that's the
Strange
one with the
Earths.
spider on the back. Strange Earth. Oh yeah, of course, because the Earth moves. Yes. Okay.
Stolen Earth, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting off topic. Yeah, it was a very strong actor, and the performance between, because they had to have a bit of action. I can go in an episode of Doctor Who have an angry action, and he does the great bit. He comes in, he takes Davros. So you find out Davros is just, I don't know. I'm just presuming he's a brain at this point, and a lot of machinery. Because he was out of his chair. You see little cables. Finally got to see his other hand. He doesn't have one. And the Doctor appears in, and he says, "Admit it, you've all had this exact nightmare."
Yeah.
He's gone, I'm definitely taking the taking the
If
chair.
Davros doesn't have legs, why does he need a chair? That is all I'm thinking. It for me that doesn't sit right. However, I do like the idea of him missing a hand and legs. So I don't know. I think that's more artistic license and making the character look spooky and scary. Yeah, which is always good. Which is always what you need in Doctor Who.
Davros was always, because the Daleks. If you didn't have an Emperor with you, the Daleks just goes exterminate, exterminate. And if you don't have an Emperor, it's a very boring conversation. But when Davros is there, it's a great back and forth.
Yes,
with the Doctor, and it was at least 20 minutes or longer their conversation, because you had the bit of action. Doctor gets kidnapped back, and they're in a sealed room, and Davros has the great line. Very rare thing to have there, and it's what, your chair. The only other one on the whole planet.
Yeah, and it was a very sincere performance from both of them, and yet you know Davros is trying to play the Doctor, and you sort of know that the Doctor is playing Davros too, because don't forget, this is the Doctor, and as Missy and Clara proved right at the beginning of the episode, the Doctor always thinks he has a way out, and since...
But the whole point of that was him sending in his little circle, his will...
yes.
That he didn't have a way out, and it was
Yeah,
great. At the very end, him grabbing it, going, "I got a way out of this, bitch. I know what I'm doing." And the slow countdown, 3, and Davros doesn't mention it. Missy must get it straight away, and he doesn't few things. 2, and then he's just kind of fixing his jacket.
I know that face.
3 at 1, and it's just starting, and it's.
Did you go 3, 2, 3?
Yeah, I went 3, 2, 3, 1. It's a Jersey thing, you won't understand.
Yeah, you can't do maths, you can't do English, can't do editing.
Fuck you.
What can you do?
I can get people together and do great YouTube stuff.
Debatable. Okay, so that was Davros basically. For me, like I said, probably one of my favorite Davros performances.
I
Um,
I hope he gets a screwdriver back. I hope it's not sunglasses.
so do I. But I think they've done with the screwdriver now.
I'm
I
over
guess they
sonic
did.
screwdrivers.
I wonder where something more cool. Although he does look pretty freaking cool with those sunglasses, but
Yeah, but how would he like? He's trying to open a door. Put my sunglasses on. Click.
yeah.
I hope he gets a
Well,
screwdriver, or he gets something, or he doesn't. They don't write in the scene that he has to open a door.
I have noticed that they haven't been using the screwdriver as much in Series 8 with Peter Capaldi's. They were trying to write it out, and I think it's because
It's more
it's sort
trust.
of the go-to to solving a problem, and it kind of makes it all powerful. So I think that's maybe why they're trying to go away from the sonic screwdriver and trying to go away from the psychic paper and things like that. Because it's the go-to for the Doctor. He can pretty much do anything with the sonic screwdriver, apart from wood, which they
Yeah.
still haven't solved. Which I still like that. It was a running joke for Matt Smith's Doctor.
Um. Yeah, the whole performance, the whole very strong performance from both Peter. I'm still up in the air of what I think of him as the Doctor.
Um,
But the ending where he's releasing his regeneration, now is that going to have a knock-on effect by the end of the series, or bladly bladly blah?
Maybe I think it might be an over-ending arc to the story.
And
Um,
him, when he says his planet's out there and Davros is so happy for him, you
oh,
like, I'm sure that's when everyone went, ooh, is he actually being good, or is this a horrible trap?
yeah, no, that it sort of fooled me. That did actually, and I'm not ashamed to admit it because that's what you want from a TV show. You want things to fool you and trick you in places. But
Doctor just being smart enough to know he'd get out the trap.
yeah, I really, I've said this before. I really think I'm gonna learn to love Peter Capaldi so much because from classic Who, I liked the more grumpier Doctors, the older Doctors, because they have more of a story arc to them and they have more character development throughout their tenure as the Doctor. William Hartnell is probably the biggest example for this. He starts off as a mean, grumpy old man,
Try to kill
and he
someone.
goes through this character change and becomes this really warm, lovable grandpa that kids love to be around in the 60s.
But
Um,
he did try to kill someone with a big stone.
I don't know. I have no idea.
No,
Uh,
in the 10,000, whatever, his first arc, one of the lads was sick, he was too tired, and he grabbed a stone.
oh, yeah, but that's what I mean.
But that's
He
also
starts
when they
off.
used to, when the credits came up, they said Doctor Who, William Hartnell, not the Doctor. They've only really started doing that in the last 10 years. He's not Doctor Who, he's the Doctor.
Um,
Because anytime you see any of the old actors talk about being the Doctor, they don't say, oh, being the Doctor, they say being Doctor Who.
yes, yeah, but the idea of the name was that it was Doctor Who, but then that became the name of him, of the character, and that's what they've tried to get away from when they brought back New Who.
Because that's to me, what, his second name's Mr. Who. So when they get posted,
Yeah.
it's Mr.
Well, no,
Doctor
it's
Who.
not Mister. It's not Mister because it's Doctor. Doctor's an information for Mister, isn't it? So it's always Doctor. His
Oh,
last
it's
name
a
would be Who.
title. It'd be, yeah.
Yes.
Like Master is just like. Oh, yeah, Master's a lower than. Wait, is a Doctor a Doctorate and then a Master, or is there a Master and then a Doctorate? I was imagining if that's where they
Uh,
got the idea for a Master, the level of degrees.
no, I think they had the name of the Master because that is also a title. So the son of a family, the son of a father.
Someone under 18 is a Master.
Yeah. Um,
Then you're
it,
a Mister.
yes, that's right. Yes, so you would be Master Wayne. Master Wayne. That's probably the best example that I can think of.
Yeah. Oh, and if you're any what royal, you'll have Sir. Or if your father was royal, when he dies, you'll become Sir.
You're only a sir if you're a knight. If you've been knighted by the Queen of England
Or you own land.
in our country, and you've got to have a knighthood.
You can own land and you can be called a lord.
Yeah, that's true, but that's got to be appointed by the sovereignty.
You just had to buy a bit of land in Scotland. It sells a lot of its land, square feet at a time. Nearly bought a
I
lordship.
think I do have an inkling that that's a rumor. That's like the Canada. They sell a lot of land, and Alaska sell a lot of land. I think it's
Canada
rumors.
can't sell Alaska because Alaska is American.
No, yeah, no. Alaska, the state Alaska sells land, and Canada sells land, and things like that. Anyway, this has been the review, again, a fairly lengthy one, of Doctor Who episode 2.
Only half an hour. It's going to be cut down a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of good points. The whole Clara being a Dalek really brought back to the first episode with Clara being a Dalek, and no one made a joke of that.
Oh no, I got that. It's the I am a Dalek, I am a Dalek, I am Clara Oswald, I am Clara Oswin Oswald. I was thinking that all the way through that, and I was thinking, wow, that's actually really cool foreshadowing that they brought that back. I was like really pleased with that.
But the next episode is gonna have ghosts. It's gonna have underwater. It's gonna have whoever the monster is being voiced by the lead singer of Slipknot. His scream.
Dear. Oh dear.
The lads from Doctor Who heard him sing, and they're like, "We want your scream for this voice this character when he screams." He's not the speaking voice. The speaking voice is Darth Maul's speaking voice.
Oh no way! We're gonna have Darth Maul as a villain in Doctor Who. Yeah, I can deal with that.
But yes, as Matt was saying, this is the end of episode 2 of this review of Doctor Who.
Okay, do you want to try that again without going ooh all the way through it?
Nope. I'm very proud of that bad rhyme.
Okay. See ya.
I have been Hodaman SHO, the man. Till next time, take care. Goodbye. See ya.